Okay, welcome to another skirmish battle of Sengoku Jidai. So this is Aoi versus Akai, which is simply blue versus red. So these are identical army lists in the 1604 onwards, so the end of the Sengoku era, or maybe even post-unification actually. What that means in army list terms is the Ashigaru are no longer warriors, they are medium foot. This means that they are less likely to pursue, which can be good, but they cannot charge cavalry, which is inconvenient. It also means that there are fewer archers available, and that we do have some light artillery and teppo samurai, which are effectively like dragoons and pike and shot, except they're superior armored swordsmen as well. So very nice for 36 points. So here's our battlefield. Looks like we are here. So I'll probably be wanting to seize this hill and then push down from it. Because the alternative would be to hold this hill with a very poor line of fire and fight in the forest. And I'm not so sure about that. Well, I want the samurai. And I want the artillery. We know that off the bat. I don't think I'm going to bother with cavalry here, to be honest. There's so much broken ground and forests that I just don't think it's worth the points they cost. We'll grab Yari Samurai. And a couple more units of later Yari Ashigaru. We're sitting at 2 units of Teppo Ashigaru. Do I want more? Probably. They're useful. I will need some units for forest fighting as well. Spearmen are severely disordered in the wood, so could get Yumi Samurai, but they're at 60 points. I don't know that I feel like spending 60 points. Warrior Monks, they're heavy weapon, so they fight on even terms with even a more expensive unit of, say, armored Ashigaru. Monks, and perhaps... do I even want these? Maybe not. Bows for some ranged work. Now I have 122 points. I need to decide if I want to sink them into ranged troops or melee troops, basically. What do I have right now? I have 5, 6, 7 ranged troops. 11 melee troops, so I think I'll just grab a couple unit of heavy Yari Samurai. Is that worth it? It's not really worth the point difference. Oh well, this is a friendly pickup match. We'll go with it. Alright, we'll deploy and take it from there. So, Japanese armies in Sengoku Jidai have pre-assigned command groups. So we'll need to kind of figure out which command group is best suited to which part of the battlefield. Okay, So we'll get our non-spear melee infantry into the forest with Teppo Ashigari ready to support. Commander cannot move, so we'll post him up on this hill. Then we need to figure out what to do with this group. Might simply shove these Yari Samurai into the forest, not to fight from there, but so they can decide whether to push the center or push the left. We will stick these Sohei in the forest though. They're raw, but with everyone disordered in the forest, they can hold on for a while. One unit of Teppo Samurai to this flank, and one to this flank. And still more Yari Samurai in the open. So my army is more suited to an open confrontation, and the open ground is in my favor. He might have brought an army more suited to forest fighting, which would make things a bit awkward for me. I'd have to pull maybe this Teppo Samurai and Sohei off this left flank and shuffle them slowly over to the right, which I don't know if I have time for. That's good enough for now. Next turn, let's see that deployment. Alright, similar deployment of one unit of Dragoons on each side. Okay, we'll deploy a bit to the left. Sohei are warriors, so they can move 3, but I don't really want to outpace the other infantry. Right, pretty straightforward move into contact so far. Next turn. Alright, he invested in cavalry, unlike me. Who can we hit? 24 or 25? Let's go 24 in the smaller unit. Or 0. 0 is also good. Good, so we'll hold here-ish while pushing through this forest to see what's in here. if there are enemies in here, we'll fight them. If there are not, then we'll put some pressure on this side and then swing down from the hill. Next turn. Let's fall back out of range and see who's here. Just one unit so far. Not a big deal. Lots of range units here. We don't have so many, so we might be forced to come down quite soon. Start some light harassment there. I did not mean to do that. But now that I have, we might as well stand there. Alright, we'll see how much closer he gets next turn, and we'll probably be charging into contact. Next turn. Sneak attack through the woods, he says. Is he referring to my forces, or does he have more men coming in? It's unfortunate. Now we're going to get shot at and we're downhill. Let's do it. And advance. Ah, I have to take fire from them no matter what. This isn't exactly going to plan. We're being forced to maneuver by the huge number of muskets he's brought to bear. Hopefully we can make up for it when we charge. Next turn. How badly do we disrupt here? Oh, that's... Ugh. Ugh. Ouch. They're gonna have some trouble in the melee. No one breaks yet, but we're gonna lose some units shortly. However, these Tippo Zemanai are lights. They do not exert a zone of control, so we can ignore them and charge downhill, I think. Height 100. Oh no, same height. Give them a volley. And we'll cover the front. Alright, how do we do? Okay. Well, the one way to not get shot at is to... Ooh, unfortunately fall back. We're going to hit by 2 volleys. It's going to be brutal. I should have moved and fired first, but that's okay. Decisions to make here. We need to flee so we don't get charged and then caught by these spearmen. Nothing useful to shoot at, really. I suppose I could shoot at these guys. Here, tank a volley. Thanks. Perfect. So now even if we disrupt, we won't get insta-screwed. I'm willing to sit on this hill a little bit longer, so he has to either charge or fall back. Either is good for now. If things start getting too terrible on the flanks, we'll need to just charge forward. Next turn. Yeah, I was afraid that would happen. Ouch. Ouch! That's a shame. Oh no! Yeah, should have brought cavalry. Duel, huh? Alright. We're losing, so now we're gonna have to push. Does that help us? Maybe... Should help a little. Okay. No to that, sir. I'm gonna push into the open just to avoid the firing arc there. Come on. Okay. Then it's in we go. I want to move these matchlocks forward to fire, but then his cavalry can charge. Think about that. Do with you. Oh, not again. Here. It's going to get very messy. Good. Good. Maybe we can pursue into them. That'll be very helpful. That would have been nice earlier, but it doesn't matter much now as my own unit's already disrupted. Turnabout. Alright. These two. I think we zone of control lock you. Hold the hill. Not necessarily a good use of time to fight them. I just like to try to work my way around. It's either that or it was turning around and moving this way. See if we might not target these horsemen. It's looking kind of grim though. Things fell apart rather badly. Next turn. Good. Also good. Okay, that evens things out. Yeah, it's probably a double drop. Ouch. We hold. So they get a bonus to charging medium foot, but we are spearmen as well, so that is helpful. Make up for that break. Disrupted, give them a shove. Right. Break them. And break them. Good. Clear the field. Ah, too bad. They get charged, they can hopefully evade. Alright, very good. Next turn, I'm getting a well played here. Let's see if that actually means that it's over. Whoop! Could have been interesting. Oh, very nice. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Wow, okay. Right. So, what happened? Because that turned around pretty quickly. I think there's two key factors in the battle. One, he invested in quite a few matchlock men, but they didn't have good terrain to work out of here. It was all open. They could be charged by my spearmen. Maybe three factors too. He invested in cavalry, but the battlefield was narrow. He did get one solid break with this expensive cavalry unit here, but I don't think they really paid off on their investment. And had the battle continued, I would have just zone of control locked them with these Teppo Ashigaru, and they would have been shot up pretty bad and unable to act effectively against even a unit with no melee effect. Well, it's in rough ground uphill, and their armor has no effect because these are matchlock men. This unit did nothing because it had nowhere to go. It did limit my options a little bit with maneuvering my matchlock men, but overall, I don't think they were worth the investment. So that's one. But I think the other factor was that he kind of accepted battle on my terms. I was able to fight downhill, and ouch, that's always kind of hard. Alternatives would have been this lake made things awkward for him because if he had kind of split the line here and here, I probably could have chosen one and tore it up and delayed using the lake as cover. But maybe a push with Naginata and swordsmen through the wood with a solid line of spearmen holding this open ground. Maybe a cavalry unit back here just in case with some Teppo Zamanai support. But I think in this case, a defensive stance would have been both safer and justified. I absolutely would not have judged him for just defending himself here because this slope was quite the advantage. And I was originally expecting at the start of the battle some kind of standoff where I occupied the hill and he might have occupied the forest or low ground, and we kind of stared at each other and exchanged some arrow fire or something until something happened. That being said, he did give me a scare because the spearmen, unlike in Field of Glory 2, do not count as shock infantry. So when I won a round of combat against his Teppo Ashigaru, they could fall back and pour in more musketry. And that hurt a lot. We took a lot of casualties, and the only reason we didn't get more disruptions was because these Yari-Samurai units are superior. But it was kind of scary for a moment there. A good game to Huiten, as always. I'm sure we'll play more. Till next time.